even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need a pain. And life won't get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Okay, before I start this rant, I
You
promise
want
you're in the gym. You're in the gym constantly. So I want your opinion first on this.
my opinion
Yes.
on that gym specifically?
Well, no. This is a situation that happened at the gym I'm currently in that I just can't take it. I walk into the gym, right? There's two guys bench pressing. I don't think anything of it. And then I do a double take because something caught me off guard. These dudes are in flannels, blue jeans, cowboy boots, and cowboy hats, just hitting the bench. And I'm flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I don't know what to think. I didn't say anything. I was so confused. This is the first time this has happened at my current gym. This is a regular thing. I I'm gonna go on a limb and say if you go to a gym or you just work out in jeans and Crocs or whatever, flip flops, I've seen it all in my gym. Period. You might be a serial killer. Okay? You might be a psycho.
Now, Mark, here's the thing. Before I answer the question, I just want the people to know that this podcast is sponsored and brought to you by Final Form Subs. We got the multivitamin gummies here. You guys already know the dealio. Same spill, different day. We got subs for everybody, whether you're a couch potato or you're a hardcore gym rat. There you go. Mark is out here on his weight loss journey, and he is killing it. It is weigh-in Monday, so y'all make sure y'all get y'all weights in to y'all's trainers, or you get your weight into yourself. Check in with yourself, all right? Check that scale. Go to finalformsubs.com, SUPPS, finalformsubs.com. Use promo code COACHDRIP, all caps, no space. Get 10% off your order on supplements and personal care items. And again, if you're new, welcome. If you're recurring or you're coming back for this week, welcome back here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, Garden 65. Now, Mark, here's my thing. I'll be honest, I kind of work out in flip-flops on leg days. I work out barefoot. So in between sets, I wear my slides, and that's it, right?
That's fine. Socks and barefoot when you're doing legs is fine.
Right. Now, do I think it's strange to work out in jeans and a flannel? Yes. But I'm also a firm believer you get it in how you get it in. You get it in where you fit it in. So if maybe they just got off, I don't know the circumstances. Maybe they just got off of work. They didn't have time. They forgot their sweatpants. They forgot to do laundry and all they had was jeans. Hey, I'd rather you work out in jeans for you not work out at all. I agree. Am I a little suspicious of these individuals? Probably. But in my head, I'm like, good for them. They're getting this shit in. No excuses. Some people, I forgot my workout clothes, so I'm going to go home. And once I go home, I don't want it. No. If you in jeans, take your ass to the gym, work out in them jeans. If you in boots, I don't give a fuck. You work out in them boots. Take your ass to the gym. That's all I'm going to say.
That's why I'm going to do a 3-day trial at the gym you work out when you're at home. So when you're back home.
Bro, I think you'll end up loving it. I love it. One, you can go there whenever. You just put your fingerprint in. You're in and out. And usually if you go, sometimes it's packed if you go primetime hours, but if you go early enough or late enough, it's usually pretty chill. When I worked out there last time I was home, when me and Trey were going, we'd go at like 8 or 9 and it wouldn't be, especially
that's
during
my
the week.
Normal time.
Yeah. So I think you'll be fine if you go that late.
And it's a lot bigger, obviously. So I'm sure I won't be waiting for stuff. That's like the most awkward shit ever. Because I'll just go hit something random while I'm waiting on the bench press or the squat rack or something. And that people know. They know you're looking at them like, is this motherfucker done yet? But
it's
gym.
Yeah, it's weird. Anyway. Guys, happy Eclipse Day. How much of a parcel did y'all get in Nashville? Did y'all get a parcel at all?
90%, I think 93%. So almost a total, but not quite.
Yeah, we got total here. I did a YouTube video for the department. So when the department uploads the video, I'll send it out. And I did two because I had the air show that I did this weekend at the Air Force Base, which is fun. And then today I was the host of a event at this resort here at La Cantera. So it was cool vibes. They had a live band. Live band was they're actually really good. I had fun because they can sing. Like, it was a good band. But yeah, it was fun. And unfortunately, it was super cloudy here in San Antonio. But I hit them with a bunch of trivia. You know, I was being interactive. Like, I was telling people to guess and just yell out answers. And people were like, you know, you get answers all over the place. It was fun. But when it did go total, because of the thick clouds, it got really dark. There was no lights. We're on like a golf course, so there was no lights. So it was like, it got really dark. So it was cool.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in 17, Mitchell, correct me if I'm wrong, but in 2017 we had a totality. It went completely dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Fellas. So unfortunately, I've been so busy, I did not bring any notes today. So I don't actually, you know what? Let's do my trivia analysis. I have Mark and Mitch on. Because I'm gonna give you all the trivia I did for the event. So it's all sun and moon based trivia, okay? All right, let's rock through these. This is probably my favorite one. Guess how many Earths can fit inside the sun?
28,000.
28,000? Mark?
I mean, Mitchell.
Or y'all, I need y'all work together on this one because this is a tough one. 28,000? Higher. I give you two more guesses. Significantly higher.
150,000.
Significantly higher. You got one more.
A million?
Do y'all want to deliberate?
If you're
300,000.
We're going 300,000?
Why not?
1.3 million.
Damn, I did say a million. I said a million last. I did say
1.3 million Earths can fit inside the sun. That's how massive we're talking the sun. And to put in perspective, out of our entire solar system, 99% of the mass of our entire solar system is from the sun. That's how big.
Big ball of fire, man.
Big ball of fire. What's another one? Some random trivia. This isn't really like a question, but the sun's about 4.5 billion years old. It's about halfway through its lifespan. So in another 4.5 or 5 billion years, it's gonna, basically die out. Can you guess? It's actually not big enough to explode. It won't explode. It will become a super red giant, and it will engulf the Earth into its atmosphere. So it'll cease. Well, the planet will cease.
5 billion years from now.
Yeah, the planet will probably be uninhabitable before that, but the planet probably won't exist. The planet probably won't exist after that. But can we guess how many miles away is the moon?
275 million.
No, that's way too high.
$100 million.
Way too high. It's not in the millions.
275,000.
Damn, pretty close. 238,000.
There you go.
God damn.
That's scary as shit. Think about
now,
it. Really
how far away is the sun?
1 AU.
Get out of here with that. Give it. Yes, you're technically correct. What is that in miles? I hate you, Mitch. For those of y'all listening or don't know what an AU is, right? It's an astronomical unit. So it's just the distance between the sun and the Earth is 1 AU. So
is that pretty far? What would that come out into miles?
That would be. Yeah. Do you guys want to guess? Because that was the question.
I'm gonna say it's 500 million miles.
Too high.
250 million.
Way too high. It's not in the hundreds of thousands, or it's not. Yeah, it's not in the hundreds of millions. It's close. It's close to, but it's not. I'll take away that last guess.
85 million.
93 million. Pretty damn close, Mark. All right. Can we guess? Because it's 93 million miles away. So can we guess how long it takes? Y'all might know this. How long it takes from the light to go from the sun to the earth in minutes? It's in minutes.
7 minutes.
8 minutes. Pretty
God.
spot on. There you go, bitch. Do we know how fast light travels in miles per hour?
Oh, fuck. It's thousands, isn't it?
Higher than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, millions. Then, because let's
If
throw
it
it at
takes
you like
minutes,
lightning, right? You
hang
see the
on.
flash before you hear the thunder.
If it's
All right,
93 million miles away and it takes
break it
7
down.
minutes, yeah, if it takes 7 minutes to get there, it's 93 million miles away. Then in 1 minute, it'd be 7 divided by 93 million, which would be
You do that mental math, Chief.
12. No, not 12. Well, about 12. 13? Is it 13? Is it 13 million miles per second?
Pretty good math, Mitchell.
I don't know what it is per
No,
second.
per minute. Per minute. I'm sorry. 13 million per minute.
I think it's 671 miles per hour. So I think, hold up, Mitch.
That's pretty good math.
11 million miles per second. It's pretty damn good. Okay, Mitch. Quick maths. All right. I'm going to try to speed through.
Math, not my strong suit.
I'm going to try to speed through some of these because I actually have a lot. So the moon is drifting away from the Earth at 3.8 centimeters per year. So eventually we're actually going to lose our moon. That's going to mess up our tides and all that stuff. Helium was actually discovered by looking at the sun, which is why it gets its name helium, because helio is actually Greek for sun. And Helios is the god of the sun in Greek mythology. All right.
How long before the moon goes out of orbit like that?
Oh, man. I'm not sure how long it
Millions of
will.
years, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that because I don't know at what point will it be too far away for the Earth to keep it in orbit. But eventually it will. Let's see. So can you guess?
Be low tide all year round.
Basically. So because the moon is a quarter of the size of the Earth, and that means, we all know your weight here on Earth is based on gravity. Your mass is separate. Your mass is how much space you take up, but your weight is just mass times the acceleration of gravity, right? Which means the moon's gravity, since it's not as big, is less than that of Earth. So you would actually weigh 6 times less on the moon than you did here on Earth. So if you were 200 pounds here on the moon, you would weigh 33 pounds. Let's see. I think that's almost all of them. I got 2 more. Actually, we'll do one more because this last one's not really that. Well, okay, so the moon gets its name from the Old English word mona, which is derived from the Latin word metri, which it means to measure, because they use the moon to measure months, because it takes about 28 days and some change for the moon, about 30 days for the moon to complete a full cycle, which is why months is very similar to the word moon, because the moon was used to measure months. So that's where it gets its name from. And then the other name for the moon is lunar, which comes from the Greek word luna, which means moon. And Luna is actually the Greek goddess of the moon. So that's how the linguistics works there. Last one. This is the last one I'll let y'all guess. And then this is the last one I have. Can y'all give me the temperature of the surface of the sun? If you know Kelvin, I'll accept Kelvin or Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit might be easier to guess just for conceptually, but
1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
No.
It's hundreds of thousands.
No.
It's higher than a million.
You said what?
No, it's lower than a million.
Yeah, the moon's not really emitting any. The moon's not.
I'm talking about Fahrenheit.
What?
You said the sun.
The sun.
The sun.
Yeah.
The surface of the sun. The surface. Because
that's why I said 1,000,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but you said not even close.
I'm gonna say 75,000 Fahrenheit.
75. It's actually only 11,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So the surface of the sun is not as hot as you think it is. Now, where Mark was getting on, which you were close, the outer atmosphere of the sun, which is called the corona, that can get up to 2 million degrees Fahrenheit. So, we all know that thing about how like the hottest point of a flame is at the tip that you can't really see. And we all know how colors work. So if it's like orange or whatever, all right, I think that's Mark. So like the orange part is not as hot, and then blue's hotter, and white is the hottest. Well, in flames, if you like hold a lighter, the hottest point is like right above where you can't see. It's right there because we can't see it the naked eye. But that's when it's the hottest. And that's why if you ever see a picture of a total eclipse, you see like this white, airy looking type of light coming from the outskirts of the moon. That's the corona. We generally can't see it with the naked eye because the actual disk of the sun is just so overpowering. We can't see that. That's why a lot of the eclipses are really important to a lot of astronomers, because the only time we can really observe it is when the moon blocks out that disk and we can see the corona. That gets up to 2 million degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow. Why doesn't I was thinking about this today. How is there not an eclipse somewhere on Earth almost every day? Like somewhere on Earth.
Every day?
Well, or every week or something. Like, how does that not happen often?
Because let's say you have let's say this is the Earth, this is the moon, and this represents their orbit. So to get an eclipse, the angle at which the moon and the Earth have to be from the sun is a very specific angle. And the orbit's not completely stable. It actually kind of wobbles as the moon's doing its thing. So we only get it when they line up just right. That's why.
So the angle is the important part.
The angle, yes. And then also, we're doing this with the moon and the Earth while we're orbiting the sun. So, we get closer, we get further away because our orbit around the sun is actually elliptical. It's not perfectly spherical. Also, the eclipses actually happen a lot more often than people think. They happen anywhere between every 16 to 24 months. It just happens in different parts of the world when it does happen. So they happen more frequently than people think. So like the next eclipse is going to be up in Spain, and it's in 2027, which is not that far from now, or 2026, 2027. It's just the next one that happens here in San Antonio is going to be like another 350-ish years in that specific location. The next one that comes across America is 2024, 2044 or 2045, and that's only going to hit a little bit of Montana and go up that way. And the next one that comes through Texas will reach just the top of the panhandle. But yeah, they happen a lot more often than people think. And then sometimes we'll have one, but it'll be in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. It won't happen over land sometimes.
Why doesn't the moon spin?
Because it's tidally locked. So yeah, it's tidally locked. So just the gravitational force between the Earth and the moon, it's locked the face of that moon to us. Another fun fact: you ever see a picture of the moon, or sometimes you can see with your naked eye, but you see like dark spots in the moon. Yeah. People say those are craters. Yeah. The ones you see with your naked eye, they actually aren't craters; they're canyons, because the moon's actually very mountainous. So that's just the deep abyss of like the canyons that are on the moon.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We don't have any idea what's on the dark side of the moon? Like we have no clue? We've never been able to observe it?
I think we do. I'm not 100% sure. That's a little bit outside of my range of knowledge. But I think we do know what's on the back. Because I'm pretty sure I think there's ice on the backside of the moon because it never sees sunlight. But I'm almost positive we've gone to the dark side of the moon.
How would we know? I guess if you sent something in orbit at the moon, right?
That or rovers. You can send rovers on the other side. It just depends where you land the rovers. I don't think we've never been on that side with a man-made mission, like a man-operated mission, but I'm pretty sure we've seen actually I'm pretty sure, let's see. I think we have pictures of the dark side of the moon.
It'd be significantly colder on that side, right?
Yes, very. Yeah, I think we have. I'm not 100% sure though. That I don't know the answer to completely. This is just kind of general knowledge I know just from being a part of eclipses and that because I don't study moons at all. So some of that like detailed intricacies, I'm not sure.
So it's a rare event that we got one in 2017 and then one in 2024, 7 years later. Like that doesn't happen often. If the next one's not till like 2024 or 2044, I'm sorry.
It depends who you talk to about rare because like in Nashville, y'all got a total in 2017.
Yeah.
This time y'all didn't get a total. It would have been rare for y'all to get two totals that close. That would have been rare. But the total and the partial, what's rare is
But you're saying that America ain't getting another one until you said 2044, right?
2026, 2027. It's just gonna be
Montana.
Yeah. But like what's rare is the crosshair. So there's a crosshair. So the pattern of the eclipses, it's kind of the same. It repeats itself. It's just since we're spinning, it happens at different spots on the planet. So this crosshair is super rare because San Antonio, we got the annular in October, and then we get the total that we just had today. That's super rare because that crosshair, that happens every 18 years-ish, but it happens at different spots of the different spots on the planet. So I don't even know when the next crosshair would happen in San Antonio because the one that happens in 300 some years, I don't know if it's a crosshair, but yeah, the crosshair is rare. That's super rare.
Interesting.
In the same spot, of course. But a lot of people, they say it's a once in a lifetime event. A lot of people are eclipse chasers or people in this field. They travel to go see these eclipses. So a lot of people have seen multiple. My supervisor, the last one was maybe 3 years ago, and she went to Australia to see that one. And then the next one, there's a next one in a couple years that's you can go to Spain to see. But like if you're willing to travel, you can see it more than once. It's just if you're staying in that location, you won't see another one for a very long time.
Yeah. All right, fine. Let's give you a hypothetical here since we're kind of talking about space, but this is obviously has really nothing to do with space. But hypothetically, if you weren't going to die, right? This is hypothetical, so you got to go with me on this. You weren't going to die. Would you be willing, and you feel all the pain that you feel, and it would not kill you, and you just feel the pain? Would you be willing to sit on the surface of the sun for 6 months for eternally getting whatever you want? So you do 6 months on the surface of the sun, you feel everything, you can't sleep, you feel it for 6 months, but eternally after that, you live forever. You do whatever you want. You just be a god, right? Like
I'm Superman. I'm Superman.
Yeah, you be Superman. You do whatever you want to. You live all the lives you want to. You can defy physics and live on crazy planets and just be a god of the universe. Would you take that 6 months of sitting on the surface of the sun, feeling every single thing for the eternity of that?
Is my rent being paid while I'm on the moon, sun?
You got jokes.
Huh?
You got jokes.
No, I'm asking, like, am I messing up my credit while I'm up there? Like, I'm not working.
You ain't gonna be worried about that when you're a god afterwards, there, Finis.
Shit, I'm not trying to have a 280 credit because I've missed payments 6 months on my credit cards and my rent.
You can be Superman after that, Finis.
Oh man. 6 months?
6 months.
And then so let's say I have that. Could I choose to move on? Like, could I choose, like, let's say I live for like 2,000 years and I'm like, you know what, I'm ready to go. Could I just
you can do what you want to do.
Decide to die?
Yeah. You get full autonomy. Like you are omniscient. You do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
Oh damn. I'd be so nervous going up to like as they're sending me to the moon to do this, I'd be so fucking nervous.
Yeah.
Because I know it's gonna hurt. Actually, I think I would. I think I would because I feel like after a certain amount of time, I would either I feel like if the pain's too much, I would probably be blacking out. So I'd hope I'd go into like a coma for a long enough time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I could like after like a week of it, at some point I'd eventually, I feel like gain some type of tolerance to the pain.
Yeah.
I think that's so hot, bro.
For
Probably
6 months. And there's no takesy backsies, right? Like you're not once you're on there, you're on there. Like there's no like, all right, we're gonna press a button.
like
We're
tap
done.
out.
Like,
There's no tap
yeah,
out.
yeah, you're on there for 6 months, man.
I think I would do that because I know there's no way to tap out. So once I got there, I would complete it if I know I didn't die. It sucked, but I'd have no choice because to get back, I have to complete the 6 months to be able to fly back to Earth.
Yeah.
So because I'm trapped up there, I think I would do it. Because then once you're up there, you would complete it. Yeah.
Yeah. That would
Probably.
that would blow, man.
I just want superpowers so bad, so I'd probably do it.
All right. I know we're gonna do a short one, but we got to talk about it. I don't know if y'all talked about the J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake beef on the last podcast, if that was a topic of discussion.
I don't think we did. I don't remember.
But here's what you can't do, Finest. I'm conflicted by this one because, like, at the end of the day, J. Cole's being a human, right? And he said when he wrote that song, he felt like he's going back to his old ways, and he didn't like the mental space that put him in, and like blah 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 blah, right? So he's kind of owning his shit. He's kind of being mature about it, right? He's like that.
Right.
I shouldn't have done that. However, when you're in the rap game, that's a different beast, right? Like
Right.
You're talking about. With that, I think that like legacies get tarnished by doing shit like that, right? Like the rap game is built off of competitiveness. It's built off of rap beef. All of them, all the best ones had it. You got Tupac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas, Eminem and fucking 17 million people. You know, like
Yeah.
Drake and Meek, Drake and Pusha. Everybody's had their beefs.
Right.
And when you're J. Cole and in your raps, you're saying that you're the greatest rapper alive and that you're the best to do it right now and that you're the quote unquote middle child, you can't back down from that. Especially if you go back and listen to the song, really the worst thing that he said was that his albums weren't very good. That's the word. He didn't go personal. He didn't call him a bitch.
Right.
He didn't do anything, right? He just said that his albums weren't good. I just can't. I'm done defending them. I won't defend them after that. You can't. It's a rap beef. It ain't that serious, right? And it's just gonna be a battle of bars. Like, no, but this isn't Biggie and Tupac talking about killing each other. Like, this is just who's gonna rap better, who's gonna make the better diss tracks, who's gonna do it better. I can't defend that. And I feel like that as a rapper, to be considered the greatest, which is J. Cole is trying to claim and wants to be like the top dog of his generation of rap. To do that, you got to beat 2 and 3, right? And 2 and 3 would be Kendrick and Drake. And if they want to come at your neck, like you can't let Kendrick come out and say that shit and then not respond to it. But what you really can't do is let Kendrick come out and say that shit, then respond to it, and then apologize for responding to it. That just cannot be a thing that you engage in if you're J. Cole. And so I'm not defending him anymore. I think with that alone, I put Kendrick. Kendrick's got to be number one. He has to. He was the one that wanted the beef. He said, come and get it. He said, if y'all want to dance, we can dance. And he was waiting for it. And I'm sure he would have had a reply. And if I'm Kendrick in this situation, I come out, I drop a song, I bury J. Cole in the first verse, and then I start my beef with Drake and finish Drake off. I think that Drake would win because I think that Drake's rapping style is set up better for rap beefs than Kendrick is. I think that the general public and the hip hop heads are going to like Drake's better because it's just his flow's better. I just think everything about it is better, right? But if you're Kendrick, you come out and even though J. Cole apologized, you bury him. You give J. Cole a verse to just give him the final dagger and like actually end him. And not say something like, there's no big three, it's just big me. Like, really, like, bury this man. Like, make fun of him for apologizing to you. Like, really just fucking end this man's career. And I love J. Cole, by the way. I've been to his concerts. He's my favorite rapper. You go out, you bury J. Cole, and then you start and you finish off Drake. And then you're the number one rapper of this generation, bar none.
See, I agree. I agree. I'm gonna still defend. The only reason why I'm gonna defend J. Cole is because if you really think about it, to me, it's low. I don't want to say a slight flex, but a low key flex. Because, like you said, dude comes at you, right? And again, like you said, it's just rap beef. They weren't talking about. They're talking about who's better. That's just competitive. It's just the same in basketball. Yeah. Guys do it all the time, right?
Yeah.
And so, if you whole album, I haven't listened to it all the way through, but whole thing's just the title might delete later because he going crazy on there, right? Mm-hmm. And the only reason why I'm going to defend him, and I agree, I don't think you should apologize. Why are you apologizing? That's a part of the game. It's a game.
Yes. Yeah.
I get he's probably in a more mature mental headspace. He doesn't want to go back to his old ways. I understand that, but I don't think he should apologize. But what I'm still going to defend him is because the shit went so hard. Even though he apologized, he smoked Kendrick on the bar. Like, if he came out and it was okay and he apologized, I'm like, bro. But because it was so vicious, like the clapback was exactly to the level it should have been for him to clap back. Because like Kendrick came here, but like, oh shit, I think J. Cole's clapback could put him up here. I'm like, oh my God.
Well, fine. If you listen to it, it was a clapback, and I was hyped up listening to it first time. But then, like, I've listened to that song fucking probably 10 or 15 times by now. Really, what that was like a straight jab in like a boxing match from J. Cole. It was just a little pop. It was like, get out of my face. Who are you talking to? Like, if you want to dance, we can dance, right? Like, he's just like, he addressed it. He said, if you want to go this route, we can go this way. But I don't think that record was an overhand right from J. Cole. I don't think that was an uppercut or a knockout punch. I think that was just like a back the fuck up. Like, what are we doing here? Like, take a step back.
It was such a vicious jab though. Oh my! I think, like, I agree. It wasn't like a crazy outlandish off the wall out of pocket. But it was but even if I think it's just because, to me personally, a lot of diss tracks I don't think are actually good songs, but they're great diss tracks. To me, 100 Shots. I get a lot of, this is apparently a hot take because I get a lot of people that disagree with this. I think 100 Shots by Young Dolph, to me, as an individual like rap song, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like the lyrics aren't that good to me. The melody's okay. It's somewhat catchy. How you miss a whole 100? But as a clapback or as like a diss track, if people try to get them, it's great. But what makes J. Cole's song so great? It's just a great song that he happens to jab at Kendrick. That's why I think Many Men by 50 Cent's the greatest clapback song of all time. Because the song itself is a great song. The beat's crazy, the lyrics crazy, the melody's on point. I mean, you got the gun clicking in the backgrounds, like the nuances of the music. So that song is one of the greatest clapback songs because it's just a great song, period, whether it was clapback or not. And I think with J. Cole's, that is also the case. So to me, I just like the song so much. I'll defend J. Cole, even though I disagree with him apologizing. But to me, I'm like, he's apologizing. To me, I'm thinking, oh, he apologizing because, like you say, he jabbed, and he's like, I ain't trying to do this dude like that.
Yeah.
Like, I could really fuck him up. But you know what? I ain't trying to do him like that. Let me just apologize. Throw this, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he could really get back to his old ways and go crazy on him, but he's holding the restraint to try to be the bigger man. And which I disagree with. If somebody comes for your neck, you clap back and you let them know I'm on top. So,
especially if it's a rap beef, man. Especially this is not Pac and Biggie. This is not. We're not talking about killing each other, right? And like for real, mean like if you show up in New York City and you are Tupac, I am going. Yeah, like it's over. Like this is like it's a basketball game. It's competitive. Who gives a fuck if you think that his records are trash and you don't really believe it, right? If you can write a good song about it and you're trying to be competitive with bars with somebody that says that they're better than you and that is the actual GOAT, you got to go up there. You got to go up there and make the best song that you can.
And I think it's healthy for both of them to maybe have a little back and forth because Kendrick's numbers are going to go up. J. Cole's numbers are going to go up.
Yeah.
It's going to help people that are really into Kendrick. They're going to, he's going to get on. And then people that are really into J. Cole, I think it helps elevate both of them because of this. Like you said, it's a clean, healthy rap beef about who's better than who.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And especially, and then you look at Meek Mill and Drake's beef. Like Drake embarrassed him. He was like, Twitter was not kind to Meek Mill after back-to-back drops. It was not okay. Yeah. But at the end of the day, 4 years later, they come back and make a song together, and now everything's good. That's exactly how it would have been. But you can't. I don't want to hear one more fucking bar from J. Cole about being the best rapper alive. He cannot. You do not get to claim that. You don't get to claim that you're the best of the generation if you're not willing to take on the best of the generation. If you're not willing to claim or to go against who says they're the best, right? Like if you're not willing to go up against your competitor that says fuck the big three, it's just big me, and you want to say drop a diss track on them and then apologize about it and just move on and then continue to claim that you're the best rapper, that's not how that shit works, man. You can't do it.
The only thing I disagree with is that I still want to hear J. Cole come out the shits. Now, what I will say is, let me play devil's advocate.
Well, can I say one thing? Thing? In the apology, he said, "My chin's open. Go ahead and take your shot. I won't respond back." That's what he said to Kendrick.
Well, I didn't see all that. I didn't see all that. Now, let me play devil's advocate, because this is how I thought about it. At least trying to figure out why do this. If you truly believe you're the number one, and some dude that I don't want to say beneath you, but if you're the truly number one, you got a guy that's like the 2 or 3, or you got a guy that you don't think is on your level, you don't punch down. Do you? You don't punch down.
If somebody's punching up at you, do you punch down?
If somebody's punching up to you, you're still at the top. Now, I'm just trying to make it make sense. Because I get your perspective.
Listen, man, you don't punch down, but when the person that's punching up at you is who you think is number 2, you gotta address it. This ain't Lil Xan coming at Jay or at fucking J. Cole. This ain't fucking whoever, Kodak, or whatever, whoever you want to say. Like if it is the clear, because this is the three best of our generation is K-Dot, Drake, and fucking J. Cole. Those are the 3 best rappers, the highest selling. They're the most respected. Now, if anybody below that starts punching up, fuck them. It's not worth your time, right?
Yeah.
But when it's Kendrick fucking Lamar with Pulitzer Prizes and Grammys that's talking shit, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah. Now, what I saw, do you watch Brilliant Idiots with Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schultz? You got one. It's one of my favorite podcasts of all time. It's absolutely hilarious. It's so funny. But an interesting take is they're talking about the big 3 conversation, and Charlamagne said it's not the big 3, it's the Fantastic 4: Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Future.
Man, Future, but I don't think so, man. Future, Future on
really.
Future, listen, man. Future's beats him and Metro. That nobody can argue that in the current rap game, their production is probably the top of the line, the best of the best. If you want to beat and you get it from Metro Boomin, you're chilling, right?
Right.
I don't know if you can tell me that lyrically and ability to all the aspects of what you cadence, tattooing yourself to a beat, fucking lyricism, double entendres, all that shit. You can't tell me that Future's in the same category. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if Drake's really in that category with J. Cole and Kendrick. I don't know. I really don't know.
You talking about do right, kill everything?
As far as
you talking about do right, kill everything?
As far as being able to rap and all aspects of rap, it's just J. Cole and Kendrick. That's it.
Hang on, just a sec. I got an emergency call. Are you talking about Do Right Kill Everything? Aubrey, Drake, Graham. Come on, bro. Now, here's what I will say.
There's the problem with the whole ghostwriting allegations.
Bro, okay. Here's my problem with the ghostwriting. When you listen to a song on Apple Music, if you watch the lyrics, at the end of the song, it shows everybody that wrote the song. Every single artist you listen to, if you go down to that song, there are multiple writers on the song. Now, the thing about the ghostwriting is you don't know how much each person wrote. So somebody might have wrote a part or verse or part of the song for Drake, but we don't know if they wrote the whole song, if they wrote the hook, if they wrote one verse for it. Like, we don't know. So, and if we're talking about ghostwriting, Drake wrote songs for Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kanye. Mine by Beyonce, one of my favorite songs, Drake wrote that. Like, Drake's got songs that he wrote for other artists that won awards. So, yeah. Now, look, here's what I will say. I do agree that lyrically, J. Cole and Kendrick are different because that's different. But to me, Drake, I think what makes Drake so great, to me, he's a jack of all trades. He might not be the best lyricist, but he can go toe to toe with the greats. He can hold his own with the greats. He might not be the best. He might not have the best beats all the time, maybe, but he can go toe to toe with. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he can go toe to toe, hold his own in every aspect of music. And not only that, but out of all the artists, Drake's the only one that can do drill rap. He can do the Jamaican. He can do whether you like it or not, but he can put out music for a specific niche listener and it go crazy. The whole Jamaican thing, that was Drake that got that popping over here in America, and then all these other artists were able to, come in, and we kind of got acclimated or introduced to it. Now these other artists are able to kind of make waves in America, but Drake can do pop. He can do like I said, the Jamaican, the drill rap, the British style rap. He can do elevator. He can do an elevator music album that sells like crazy, like Billboard's top 100 house music.
Yeah, I think that's what Drake. I think that's what if he gets into a beef, if Kendrick I guess it's really the ball's in Drake's court, because that verse, it's like 99% of that shit is against Drake. I think that J. Cole caught a couple of strays in there, maybe one or two bars for a J. Cole stray. But 99% of that shit was at Drake, and I don't know if I don't. Drake is the type of guy, and he has proved it time and time again that he wants the smoke, and he's petty. Like if you use his name, like he's gonna come after you. I don't know that he will now.
I heard he's working. I heard a snippet of a song got leaked where he disses Kendrick, but the song hasn't been released yet. That's the word on the street.
I want to hear that because he needs to. I think J. Cole's just kind of bowing out of this shit, and it's just going to be Drake versus Kendrick, which is great. But okay, let's flip back. All right, so Drake has yet to respond. Okay, J. Cole responds and apologizes. Who has the ball right now? Whose court is the ball in? And if you're Kendrick, what do you do?
I think the ball's in Drake's court because we're waiting for a response. Because I've been hearing people say that Drake has two options. He can either respond and start the beef with Kendrick, or he can just not respond. And I think if he doesn't respond and Kendrick doesn't drop anything, we'll forget about it. Let's be honest. Like when Drake drops his next album, if he doesn't respond and whatever, we'll probably forget about it. And we'll just only remember the Kendrick and J. Cole fiasco. We'll forget about Drake. Now, Kendrick has two options. If Drake doesn't respond, then I think you drop something to kind of like you said with the J. Cole, you drop something to solidify yourself at the one because Drake didn't respond. Yeah. You do that. If he does respond, then I think you do I think he does what you said. You go ahead and bury J. Cole, and then you clap back, you rebuttal back to Drake's rebuttal. Then I think that's when you just start the back and forth between Drake and Kendrick. And then, if somebody's willing to step up and fight, then if J. Cole don't want to do it, bam, you got your opponent right here in Drake. So I think those probably were Kendrick. That's what, if I was advising Kendrick, that's what I would tell him to do. Hey, regardless, we're going to drop something, but we're either going to wait for Drake to say nothing. If we go a month and he didn't say nothing, we got to drop some heat, calling him out, solidifying yourself at the top, because J. Cole, J. Cole said, apologize, and he said, open chin. Go ahead and knock him out if you're going to get your chin. Then you go ahead, since Drake ain't done that, you go ahead and just, since you dug the hole for him, you go ahead and put him in there, put the soil back on top. So regardless, I think Kendrick should drop something else. It's just whether it's going to be to finish it and solidify, or to finish off J. Cole and then start the shit with Drake.
I just don't see how Drake. I can't believe Drake hasn't responded yet. I really can't believe that he hasn't.
Bro, we know Drake. I think it's in the works, bro. I think Drake's type person. I think he's working on dropping a whole diss album. I could see him doing some shit like that. I could see him dropping an entire diss album, and that's why it's taking so long, because he's probably like 4 or 5 songs in. He gonna drop a whole 15-song diss album on just.
What you would think too, with the way that you would want this to go, is that you would want to have like 2 or 3 songs already done for disses, and then you drop one of them. And Drake drops it, and then you just go in there and just tweak, right? So you have the second one already on deck, and then you can tweak whatever the second one is, tweak it to what Kendrick says, right? You would want to have, you don't want to walk into battle with a single bullet, like you need to have shit ready to go.
Now, let me ask you this. Would this help or hinder if J. Cole, Future and Kendrick teamed up for this diss? Because if everybody forgot, that diss song, the Fuck the Big Three, Big Me, that was a Future song.
That's what I was going to ask you. Does that mean that Future is now involved? But Drake wouldn't go with Future, because Drake and Future are boys. They went. That's
what I'm thinking. I mean, unless something happened we don't know about, but they got one of the greatest songs of all time, and Life's Good. Like And they did a collab album with scholarships and whatever. I forget the name of that album, but I don't know about where Future stands. But would it help or tarnish J. Cole and Drake if they did a collab album where they just both shitting on Kendrick? Because then people say that might not be fair because it's 2-on-1, but Kendrick did this on Future shit. So it's like, it's really, if you want to do twosies, you have the 2 greats team up and just absolutely body bags and toe tags, zip them up type shit, bro.
Yeah, but if Drake and J. Cole did that, then Kendrick's camp is going to come out too. So Baby Keem, is it JID's on with JID, I mean, those guys are. If Drake and J. Cole, it sounds like that J. Cole is out of it. I don't know if he can even respond back. I guess if Kendrick came at him hard and he felt really disrespecting, he's like, all right, fuck this. Like, I tried to apologize to you. Like, you want to go. Maybe that saves him. Maybe it does. But if they were to go that route and J. Cole and Drake, that's what I was wondering, the whole beef. If J. Cole and Drake were to go after Kendrick, it'd be a rap civil war. People would have to choose sides, right? Because then Metro.
That's great for the game.
Yeah, it's perfect. That's what we all want. That's what everybody wants.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And think about it. We talking about camps. I'm taking J. Cole and Drake's camps. Then you get Nicki Minaj on there. You go get Weezy to get on there. You go. I don't know who J. Cole's affiliate, but I mean, Drake's camp got to be crazy, bro.
Yeah. Well, technically speaking, Dreamville has more like successful artists than Drake's. Well, Drake's label, OVO. OVO is like they don't produce artists. Dreamville produces a bunch of rappers that you don't know their name, but they have like their niches and they have their like followers, right? And Drake doesn't do that. Drake, OVO doesn't. They just don't really have anybody. Whereas J. Cole does.
If I'm Drake, I'm gonna go tap into that YMCMB type shit. go pull back from the homeboys that's sitting waiting for war, bro. A whole camp war, girl. I mean, I'm listening to just music, bro. That'd be as a fan of like I enjoy Kendrick's music. All three of them. I enjoy. I would love a healthy, right? Let's not a healthy rap beef between camps. I'd absolutely love it as a fan.
Oh, for sure. And it'd be everybody wants the rap civil war, right? Because eventually, like if Drake, if you get Drake and J. Cole teaming up on Kendrick, somebody's coming. Somebody, whether it's Future and Metro, somebody. Kendrick's not going to stand there alone and take that shit. People are going to start dropping shit left and right, and so that's the dream scenario: is we get a rap civil war, right? Then
you know what I thought about?
What's up?
I feel like Drake's petty enough. He'll go get Future and get a feature on a Future song dissing Kendrick.
That would be pretty good.
That
would be pretty good. On a Metro, that's good.
On a Metro beat.
Yeah.
If Future song and then Future on that and clap back and you bad. I can see Drake doing some shit like that.
Dude, Drake's got to respond, man. He's just not the type of guy that wouldn't respond. Right. I will say it has taken a while, though. Right?
I tell you, I think the album's coming, bro. I think he's going to just surprise drop an entire diss album.
And let's be honest here. Can we be honest that Drake hasn't really been doing a lot of rapping over the past year and a half, 2 years? The shit that he's done, he did first person shooter with J. Cole. But like as far as like rapping, as far as like
I thought For All the Dogs had some shit on there, like Away From Home slid.
Yeah, I mean, but it has like maybe one or two like actual rap songs, and then the rest of it's kind of R&B - poppy vibes to it. Drake's not been rapping like he used to. This is not.
He can come back. He's one of those guys. It's always in his back pocket. Jack of all trades.
That's true. I can't wait to see where it goes. I wish we would have had this conversation with fucking Calvin too. We need to bring it up. But maybe Drake will have released something by next week.
Hey, who knows? We might get a surprise drop out on Friday. You know,
there's just no way that Drake doesn't say anything. There's no way. He's not the type of guy to let that shit slide. He just won't let it slide.
It's exciting.
Wrap it up, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. People at the Masters. Hey, come on now. I'm Mr. Professional. I've been publicly speaking for like 2 months straight. I think I deserve a little bit of stutter time.
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck up the outro. Look, I'm just gonna keep it simple. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this, wherever you're listening or watching this. This has been Guard 605. We'll catch you guys next week.
I'm gonna chase my dreams.